Interpreting data and drawing conclusions from scientific studies is a critical aspect of the research process. Here are steps to effectively interpret data and draw meaningful conclusions. Understand the research question or hypothesis. Start by revisiting the research question or hypothesis posed in the study. Understanding the purpose of the research will guide your interpretation of the data and help you draw relevant conclusions. Review the data collection methods. Familiarize yourself with the methods used to collect and analyze the data. Consider factors such as sample size, study design, data collection instruments, and statistical techniques employed. Examine the data. Carefully review the raw data, tables, graphs, and other visual representations presented in the study. Look for patterns, trends, outliers, and relationships among variables. Consider the context. Contextualize the data within the broader scientific literature and real-world implications of the research topic. Consider previous studies, theoretical frameworks, and practical implications relevant to the findings. Evaluate statistical significance. Determine the statistical significance of the results, if applicable. Assess whether any observed differences or associations are statistically meaningful based on the chosen significance level, e.g., p-value. Assess causality versus correlation. Differentiate between causality, cause and effect relationship, and correlation, association between variables. Determine if the study provides evidence for a causal relationship or if the observed correlations are merely coincidental. Identify strengths and limitations. Acknowledge the strengths and limitations of the study's methodology, data analysis, and interpretation. Consider factors such as sample bias, confounding variables, measurement error, and generalizability of the findings. Draw conclusions. Based on your analysis of the data and consideration of the study's context, draw conclusions that directly address the research question or hypothesis. Summarize the key findings and their implications for the field of study. Consider alternative explanations. Explore alternative explanations or interpretations of the data. Consider potential confounding factors, alternative hypotheses, or competing theories that could explain the observed results. Discuss implications and future directions. Discuss the broader implications of the findings and their relevance to theory, practice, policy, or future research. Identify unanswered questions, areas for further investigation, and potential avenues for future research. Peer review and validation. Seek feedback from colleagues, mentors, or peers to validate your interpretations and conclusions. Peer review helps ensure the rigor, accuracy, and credibility of your analysis and conclusions. Communicate findings effectively. Present your interpretations and conclusions clearly, concisely, and logically. Use appropriate formats such as research papers, presentations, or reports to communicate your findings to the scientific community and wider audience. By following these steps and approaches, you can effectively interpret data and draw meaningful conclusions from scientific studies, contributing to the advancement of knowledge and understanding in your field of study.